So in this video, I'm going to go over how to export your files correctly so that you can use them in After Effects to composite everything together. So in this, I have both my walk cycle and I have a plant that moves around that's going to be an asset in the background. So just to show, this is just going to walk forward. I've done a very loose painting job. I've made sure I've set my stop to 34, which is the last frame of this drawing. And what I want to do is before I go to export, I have to open the node view. And I can do that by clicking on the plus button, going to node view. And when yours loads up, you may see this is sort of like all scrambled all over the place. What this is showing us is it's showing a graphic representation of our layers here. So we can see the ones that are hidden are red. I've got repositioned into a cycle as live. And that's the same one here. And you'll see the composite. And this is a way of editing the video that you or animation you're working with graphically, or adding masks or blend modes. But what we're going to use it for is we have to change the right setting, which is the right of how we export our animation. So I do that by finding my right node. And if this is all disorganized, select everything. And you should see these nodes here saying, I want to order my node setting. Sometimes the right node gets tossed all the way out here. Just bring it in. You can use your same keys to navigate around the space. So find your right node, click on the yellow square, and this object will come up that says layer properties, how do you want to write them? And I want to first choose my folder. And by default, it's going to put it in the frames folder of whatever folder you're working within. You can always move that, and I could say export frames, select it, select folder, and then you want to choose your file type and name it. So this is my walk cycle, color figure, and however you want to start it, the frame number you want to start, or the number you want to start it at. And I'm going to work with PNGs just because they have transparency. So I need to make sure that I'm choosing in colors, color plus alpha, because I want to export this without a background. We can keep it at 16-bit, and that's fine. And that's all you need to do, just say close after this. You then go to your camera, so you can make sure you're looking at the right thing on the screen. I've got no background. And you go to File, Export, and Render Write Nodes. You don't want to go to Movie. Render Write Nodes is going to write to our folder all of those different files. So to Render Write Nodes, make sure I have the last frame selected, which I remember is 34, and then I say OK. It'll take a second, and when I open this up, we should see inside here, export frames, all of those individual ones. They should have a transparent background behind them. Same thing with this file here. Hide this one, come back up, go to my leaf, which is a little bit longer. That is going to be set to 60 frames. And I can, since I know I've already got it set, but I don't want to overwrite my nodes or my animation, go back to node view, click here, and then instead of color figure, I might choose plant. And then say close, click off. You could always put it in a different folder if you want. File, export, write nodes, and choose 60, because that's the last frame. Say OK. And you'll see it's not going to overwrite what we had previously, but it is going to add in each of those, and each of the frame numbers is going to be behind it. These files we'll use in After Effects.